Ladies and gentlemen, indeed we are very much aware at the level of the European Union that our software industry is of utmost importance in the whole development of new technology, this basic for other technologies to take off. And that is also the reason why, together with the industry, by the way, we have been looking for ways to help the R&D implication and results of the software industry. You might recall that together with the big industries and the small industries, we set up the technological platforms for R&D, which are industry-led. So it is not the European Commission which is leading those, but it is the industry which is leading those. Importantly, I asked explicitly from the big industrial partners to have the SMEs and the startups online. We asked from our partners very clearly to have the SMEs and the small and medium businesses in large, but also the very small SMEs, which are the startups, to have them on board. I'm happy to say that in the ICT field there are nine technology platforms which are working. Their number is growing, and I have asked to them to make synergies, not to have too many platforms, but to bring them together in order to have more efficiency. Two of those platforms are in the next coming weeks going to be transformed into joint technology initiatives. This is a completely new system which is continuing to be industry-led, but where also the investment of national member states, of universities, and of course of the European Union is going to work together in a public-private partnership. We are ready with the first joint technology initiative, Artemis, which has been underlined positively by the heads of state and of government meeting in Lahti last month. So we could get that started, and I believe that is of utmost importance because if you are small, if you are fragmented, and if you do not have enough money, the only way to overcome this is to join forces and to network, and we really know to do that in Europe, and industry has shown that they want to take the lead. So we are going to help with all possibilities in order this to be achieved. As from 2007 on, the Commission will have roughly 2 billion euros per year to invest into ICT research. So that is not enough for doing it by our own, but we have no intention of doing it by our own. It's only going to be the helping point in order industry to get it right. So everything we can do in order to help industry to join forces and to become more efficient is going to be done. I know that some frustration of the small and medium industries is there because they think that sometimes they are just taken together on a platform in order to have better numbers. Well, I count on the capacity of SMEs in order to show their value, because you see, most of all in ICT, what is important is speed. And small industries do have this speed as compared to the bigger machinery of large industries. So I believe that most of all in ICT it is an advantage to be a small industry. We have also changed the financing under the FP7, the new research program. So the financing for SMEs can go up to 75%. Having said that about R&D, I know that this is only the first part. There where Europe, to our understanding is lacking is the passage from R&D to industrial take-up, the whole development procedure. And I believe that the technology platforms really can help. Because here you got the whole industrial take-up capacity sitting together. So to think already, while R&D is proceeding, how it can go in a natural way lead to the development period and then to the take-up period. It's also very important to have the policymakers on board, because it might be that in the verge of passing from R&D to industrialization, there is a need, let's say, for frequencies. There is a need for the one or the other legal decision to be taken. So the platforms and the joint ventures are very important in this way, in order not to do things one after the other or in a parallel way, but to do them in a common logic. One of the questions which I believe are essential, and this is public procurement. We are really not getting things well in Europe on public procurement. We have made an analysis, and we have seen very clearly that between the United States and the European countries, United States is really going for public procurement and helping its industries to sell, whereas this is much more difficult in the European Union. We try at the level of the ministerial meetings at the Council of Ministers to incite the ministers to have public procurement strategies which include open source. We believe that is of utmost importance. Now, we are not yet there, but we try really to have a mentality change here, so that our markets are more open, because we know perfectly well if it is not the public authorities which start to help their own industries, small and big, then those industries will be in danger. Another question you have raised are the standards. The belief of the Commission is the following. It is not for politicians to fix standards. It is on the market to fix standards. That means on the industry to go ahead with standards, with interoperability, with all these questions. And then it is for the public authorities, once a standard is emerging, to help it to be strengthened. But it's not the other way around that it should take place. And this is an opinion which I don't only voice in Europe. I have voiced it also with my Chinese counterparts during the Hong Kong conference of this week of the International Telecom Union, because I really believe that politicians should do their job, and their job is not to take over from industry, but to be complementary and giving a helping hand to industry. And it's in this way that in the fields where I am responsible, most of all research, I am going to help to have this industrial block building and having building up a force which can get things done, because fragmentation and scattered markets are the worst thing we could have. So you can count on the help of the European Commission in order to go ahead with this. And because we are in continuous discussion with the partners on the technological platforms today and on the joint technology initiatives tomorrow, we will know in time when it will be needed to take some decisions on the legal level. By the way, I will start this Sunday to discuss with the telecom ministers for the first time about new European frequency management. You can imagine that this is not going to be an easy task, because for the time being frequencies are left to the technicians. I would like to take them to the political level, to be aware of the worth of frequencies, to have trading of frequencies, to have the use of the frequencies and not to leave them idle, and to help our industry so that the access to the frequency can help develop the commercial goods.
Les Echos, how many technological platforms do you expect in the future, and
how do you view their impact upon the European software industry?
Well, we have 7 technology platforms for the time being. One of them, for instance, on embedded systems. We have all the major players. And if I speak about the major players, I don't think only about size. The major players of knowledge and capability sitting on these platforms and working together, designing together where the research should go, and concentrating on this research. I have seen with great pleasure that 52% of the research which is done by the software industry is in Europe still. So you outsource only 48% of the research. That is a very positive development. Well, we would like to have research capacities staying in Europe, because we have seen very clearly that once the research capacities go out, the manufacturing capacities follow the research capacities. So if we want to develop growth and jobs, it is clear that we need to have the research capacities staying. I do not think that there will be so many more platforms which are going to be developed, because in Helsinki I have asked from the CEOs not to invent many more research platforms, but to not to be too fragmented, but that joint ventures between different platforms can also be possible. So I see more compact and strong platforms rather than a multiplication of platforms.
Please help me thank you, our panelists.